Hey guys, it's Grand Admiral Thrawn, and today's video was suggested by my friend Blue Fang, who told me to do a Black Series review of the most evil person in all of Star Wars, the mastermind behind everything, Emperor Palpatine. A figure I was already planning on doing for Bad Batch Season 3, but I'm glad he suggested him. Now, I will be reviewing the newest Palpatine figure, the Archive Wave 1. He's probably your best chance of getting a Palpatine if you want one, so yeah, anyway, let's get into it. I think they did an amazing job with this Palpatine, and the thing I want to start with the most is the robes, okay? Because very often with Black Series, the robes or the capes, they just don't end up right, and it looks bad is all. Like, I did an Obi-Wan review, also suggested by Blue Fang, and the hood was like, you could fit two heads under that thing. It was massive. But luckily, with this Palpatine, this robe is perfect. Like, it's not too tight, it's not too loose, it's not too big or anything. It fits, you can move it, it's cloth and everything. It works with this figure. Like, it still hangs out from his hands. You can see his face and like his whatever he's wearing underneath the robe, and just this robe works with this figure. And I think they did a great job with that. Like, you can cover his head because usually most of Palpatine's head is covered by the robe, and it works great. I mean, the robe is really something that they did a great job on with this figure because, well, he's always wearing a robe, so yeah, he should have a robe that actually works with the action figure. And then other than that, Palpatine has a accessory, just the one, and that would be his cane from Return of the Jedi. Yeah, that's it. No lightning or anything. I animated that into the thumbnail. He does not come with lightning or anything, just the cane. That's like a background detail in Return of the Jedi. That's it. However, his hands do look like he is shooting out lightning. Like, specifically this one, it's doing the little like lightning craggles that you do with your fingers and whatnot. This hand is not, but like it's still believable. I mean, you just have to like pretend that he's shooting out lightning. The cane, he can hold it with the one hand, and the figure does occasionally have problems with standing up, so the cane is actually a good inclusion because it helps him to, will not fall over, as you can see here. But I do think that this figure should have come with lightning hands. I mean, it's Palpatine. He uses lightning. That's his whole thing. Lightning. Yeah, the face on this figure, let's get into that. They did an amazing job of the face. This looks exactly like how Palpatine's face does, discarded and like melted from the lightning that zapped him in the face. It looks great. His face looks really disfigured and everything. And then they even added his hair in there as a cool little detail. Palpatine has his hair on the figure. The face looks exactly like how Palpatine should. It looks just like him. Throughout the robes, you've got this little detail here to make his robe seem more like, well, like a robe. That's really good. And then his shoes are very shiny, as the Emperor of a galaxy would probably have very shiny shoes. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the figure for now. We will come back to it, but for right now, I want to go to the box. Now, I've done archive reviews before, and I've stated that I do like them. I want to make that clear. But I don't like how after you open the figure, the box is basically useless. Like, it ruins the box to open it. Anyway, right here we have a very nice image of Palpatine on the side there, like him being menacing and whatnot. And they have the same image on the back up here, a bit larger. And then also on the back, you have a picture of a different Palpatine figure we already got, that this is supposed to be like a re-release of said figure, except that figure came with the throne and lightning hands, two things this figure does not have. Did it? Oh, it actually did come with the cane, though, so 1 out of 3 isn't bad, except here. And then you have a bit of information about Palpatine, and yeah, that's about it. It says 4 plus to let you know that it's for 4 and up. And yeah, there's not really much. It's just your average archive box. I like them because, well, they're archive boxes. They're simple, they're not complicated, that's it. And then, yeah, this Palpatine figure comes with some pretty good stuff. I mean, it looks exactly like Palpatine. It can stand. I mean, and when it can't, you have the cane to help him stand. It has a cane, which is a little detail from Return of the Jedi. And the robe, they nailed it out of the park with, because they sometimes struggle with robes. And I'm really glad that they didn't with Palpatine, because he's the main villain of the franchise. His action figure should be good, and they did a good job with this Palpatine figure. Now, I could say that because he doesn't have lightning hands, he's an 8 out of 10, but no, I'm still giving this figure a 10 out of 10, because as long as you imagine that he has the lightning hands, he does. Before I go, I want to say something, though, about Palpatine Black Series. Why do we only get them for Return of the Jedi? He's the main villain of the franchise, and yet we only get them for Return of the Jedi. Palpatine is in the entire prequel trilogy, The Bad Batch, Star Wars Rebels, Rise of Skywalker, and so much. He's in everything. And yet we only ever get an action figure based off Return of the Jedi. I'll give you Rebels and Bad Batch because this is just his Return of the Jedi look basically in both of those shows. But his Rise of Skywalker look and his prequel look are very different, and we should have a Black Series for Revenge of the Sith during his fight with Windu or Yoda, and a figure for his Rise of Skywalker look, because those are both really good looks, and they deserve a figure. However, we do not have them, but we do have this figure, and this is a good Palpatine figure. If you do like the character of Palpatine, I recommend you get one of these. This is the newest one, and so it's probably going to be the best priced. I think this figure is a 10 out of 10, and this is Grand Admiral Thrawn signing off, and I look forward to our next encounter in my next video. And if you want to leave a suggestion for a character you want me to review, like my buddy Bluefang did, let me know down in the comments. This is Grand Admiral Thrawn signing off.